Welcome, everyone. Today is week 3. We've got 2 classes left, including today. This is our seated exercise series, and I am Shelly. I'm the physiotherapist here at the Society, in case you're new today or you haven't met me before. So this class is fully seated, as the name implies, and you'll see I've got a chair set up behind me here. Now, when we do the seated exercise class, we want to make sure that the chair we're sitting on is nice and stable. That means without wheels if possible. So ideally not a computer chair, but if that's all you have, that's okay too. Just be a little bit mindful as we're moving today in case the chair moves around as we're doing our exercises today. And ideally, you also want a chair that doesn't have any armrests, just so that way when we're moving, we won't hit our elbows and legs on anything. But of course, if you only have a chair with arms, that's okay too. Just be mindful as you're doing the class today and to not injure yourself, okay? Now, the class is recorded as always. So if you did want to review any of the exercises that we're going to do today, you are more than welcome to do so on our Parkinson's Society BC YouTube channel after today's class. If you're not sure where to find that, you can always give us a call or send us an email, and I will get that link over to you. So the way the class will work today will be the same as the last 2 weeks, but if you are new today, I'll just quickly explain how the class will work. We will be doing a warm-up together, and then following the warm-up, we will do our main exercise portion, which is actually just 5 exercises, and we're going to do the 5 exercises for 2 minutes each, and we will run through that twice. So even though it's a fully seated class, this is a level 2 class, meaning that it is moderate in intensity. So even though we're fully seated for the entire class, it can still be intense enough to get us to break a sweat and make it challenging for us. But of course, with that said, if anything I'm doing today is a little too fast, that's okay. You're more than welcome to slow things down. You don't have to exercise at the same speed I'm doing. You can absolutely slow it down if you need. And also, if you need a break at any point in the class, please feel free to take one. So don't feel like you have to exercise for the entire 2 minutes during the circuit. But of course, if you can, excellent. We do want to work on endurance as well. And so if you are able to exercise for the entire 2 minutes, that is wonderful. But if you can't, that's okay. Don't be discouraged. You can still do the class and take a break whenever you need to. And once you're able to, get right back into the exercise if you can. There was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. Oh, yes, I wanted to mention that we have other exercise classes coming up in the summer. So please do have a look on our website if you enjoy these classes and you want to come back for another series. So for example, in June, we have a Move with Shelly series, Leaving Shelly, and it will be also a circuit type class, except we will be fully standing. So that one is a little more challenging for anyone who would like to try that class. And then in August and in July, we have Power Pilates coming up. If that's something you're interested in, we have both a standing and seated class. So definitely keep your eye out for that, okay? And because it's me running the class today, I might come forward every now and then to let people in from the waiting room. So I do apologize if you see me come up and back. But if you see that, please continue exercising if you can. Okay, I think that's enough chit chat for me. We will get started. There is a chat box in the class today. If you want to ask any questions, you are more than welcome to do so at any point, okay? All right, let's get started. I will move back to my chair here. Hopefully you can see me okay. So we are doing our class today in a fully seated position, But with that said, if I turn sideways for a second, I want you to just be mindful throughout the class today, even though we're sitting down, that does not mean we're sitting back here in our chairs and slouching like this. We're not relaxing, even though we're sitting down in a chair. We want to try to engage our trunk muscles as much as we can. So we want to sit upright, but we also want to shuffle our bottoms forward in the chair. So we're in this nice and ready position to exercise, because moving from here is a lot easier than if we were back here and we're trying to move, but our weight is all the way back in the chair. So it's really important today that you just bear in mind, we want to be upright and forward in our chairs at all times, unless I specifically tell you to slouch, which we're only doing once today in the class, and that's at the very end. So let me turn around to face you again. Okay, let's get started. So we're forward in our chairs, sitting nice and tall. We're going to start with some marching today. And as we're marching, I really want you to think about stomping the floor. So we're not like this. We're stomping the floor. So it's almost like you're trying to make as loud of a sound as possible on the floor with your feet. And when you are swinging your arms, we aren't just bringing the arms forward, but we're swinging them back just as much as they're going forward. Nicely done. Remember, your marches don't have to be the same speed as what I'm doing. You're more than welcome to slow it down if you need. But I do want you to think about the stomping into the floor and the swinging of the arms. Nicely done, nice and tall. Same thing, we're going to go wide with our marching now. Nice and wide with the legs. And then nice and narrow with the legs again. Again, we're gonna go wide and narrow. Wide and narrow. Remember, you're more than welcome to slow it down. If this is too fast, please slow it down. But you're working on that wide march and the narrow march. So we're alternating between wide and narrow. Wide and narrow. Nicely done. Good. Nice and wide. Chest up. Narrow. Head's nice and tall. Think about the crowns of the head reaching for the ceiling. Good. Okay. Now we're going to go forward and back with the march. Forward and back. Forward and back. Still stomping the floor with every step if you can. Nicely done. Nice and tall. No one should be like this. We want to be nice and tall. Chest nice and open. Shoulders away from the ears. Marching forward and back. Forward and back. Good. Keep going. Nicely done. Forward and back. Forward and back. Let's do last 4. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Drop the arms. We're gonna go open and close with the arms. Nice big swings. Notice that I'm opening my arms on a diagonal. My elbows are spaced. So I'm not like this. I'm exaggerating. No one's doing it like that. But nice and lengthened through the arms. Imagine you got these big wings. We're going on a diagonal, nice and open, nice and open. Hopefully you're still sitting up nice and tall. Keep your elbows straight if you can. Good, now we're just gonna go straight across. Nice and open. Keep those elbows straight if you can. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop the arms. Now we're gonna take one arm and we're gonna circle the arm backwards, just the one arm. Oops, I'm gonna let somebody in from the waiting room. Keep going, just one arm. We're circling one arm back. And then now we're gonna add our second arm, circling in the other direction. So one arm is circling back and one arm is circling forward. A little bit of a brain teaser for you this morning. One arm is circling back, one arm is circling forward, but at the same time. So the arms reach the bottom at the same time and reach the top at the same time. Nicely done. We all look like we're swimming a little bit. Okay, and let's drop the arms. Let's try the other side. Our other arm is going to circle back. And then when you're ready, our other arm is going to circle forward. So we have one arm circling back, one arm circling forward. Now, if you've got some shoulder issues and you can't quite get your arms up, that's okay. You can circle a little bit lower, but we're still doing that same opposition in direction if possible. One arm back and one arm forward. Nicely done. And let's rest. Let's shake out the arms a little bit. We're going to rotate the arms so it's like your palms are going forward, then they're going back. We're kind of just oscillating here. Nicely done. Now we're going to add in some feet. As we're doing this kind of rotation with our arms, we're going to add in the feet. We're going to go heels up and toes up. Heels up, toes up. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. Heels up, toes up. Heels up, toes up. Meanwhile, your arms are still moving, right? Heels up, toes up. So my arms are rotating. So my palm is going forward and back, forward and back. And our ankles are moving as well. Heels up, toes up. Heels up, toes up. Hopefully you're still sitting nice and tall. Good, nicely done. Let's do one more. Heels up, toes up. And rest. Last one. I'm going to stay sideways. I'm going to straighten one leg out in front of me so my heel is on the floor. And I'm taking my opposite arm to that leg and I'm scooping, almost like I'm scooping something off the floor. And I'm circling the arm back. Other leg, heel dig. And I'm circling with the opposite arm to leg. Like I'm scooping something up off the floor. Opposite arm to leg. Scoop. 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 Nicely done. Scoop. Scoop. Good. Nicely done, everybody. Let's do two more. Last one. And rest. Okay. So hopefully you're a little warmer. If not, don't worry. You will definitely get warm in a moment. So we are going to do our circuit now. We have 5 exercises that we're going to do together, and we're going to do them for 2 minutes each, and we're going to run through that twice. Remember, you don't have to exercise for the entire 2 minutes. You can absolutely take breaks if you need. But of course, we want to work on endurance. And so if you can exercise for the whole 2 minutes, excellent. Definitely do that if you're able to. But if not, don't worry, take breaks as needed and get right back in when you can. Our first exercise, sorry, I'm just letting someone in. Our first exercise is going to be our windmill exercise, which you might be familiar with if you've done my classes before. We have 2 versions. First one, we're going to open those legs nice and wide, wider than your chair, okay? Get those legs out nice and wide. We're going to take our arms and we're going to bring them to one side. So see how I'm reaching towards one ankle here? My fingers are open, okay? I'm going to windmill going up and over to the other leg. Going up and over. And as I'm doing this, I'm not just doing this with the arms, right? I'm not just going like this, but I almost want my breastbone to be leading this movement. So think about your chest, your breastbone leading this movement. You're drawing this big arch, like you're drawing a big rainbow. And my fingers, if you can see on the screen, they're wide open. I'm not like this. I'm like this. You're really swaying and stretching the hands and the palms as we're doing this. That's version 1. Version number 2, if you want a little bit more challenge, we're going to move the legs. The legs will start on one side along with the arms, and you're going to step out and together like so. So your legs are moving with the arms as you're doing the windmill. So this is the second version. If you want a more challenging exercise, you can move your legs with your arms, or the first version where your legs just stay on the spot and you just move the arms. Well, I say just the arms, but your torso with the arms, not just the arms, but you get what I mean. The first version, the legs stay stationary. The second version, the legs move with the arms. Okay, so it's up to you which version you would like to do. Right, I've got my clock here. Let me pull it up. So 2 minutes, are we ready? We go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, up and over. Up to you whether you want the legs to be stationary or moving. But the important thing here is you're trying to fill up as much space as you can. So you want to move as big as you can. Really reach those fingertips to the ceiling even more. Splaying those fingers nice and wide. Good. Keep going. Nicely done. Up and over. Up and over. Your fingers are nice and wide. The first version I'm going to do now, just in case you're doing that version, but keep going. See how my legs are nice and wide, and I'm drawing a rainbow in front of me with my fingertips. Almost like you've got a canvas in front of you, and you want to draw as big of an arch as you can, as big as you can. Spread those fingers. You have 50 seconds left. You are almost there. Reach up and over. Up and over. Let your breastbone lead that movement so your trunk is moving. Hopefully nobody is slouching. Check in with your posture. Are we leaning into the backs of our chairs? Hopefully not. You've got 25 seconds. You're almost there. Keep going. Reach, 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 reach. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Remember, each version is up to you. You can either do legs stationary or legs moving. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Well done, everybody. Whew. How was that? Not too bad, I hope. I always find that the 2 minutes go by pretty quick in the beginning, and the second round, oh, feels like an hour. Okay, the second exercise we're going to do, a little bit of side stepping in our chairs, and it looks similar to what we did last week. So let me just show you the legs first. So I'm going to start with the legs to one side of my chair like so, and the legs are going to go out, in, in. So there's an element of you kind of pivoting on your seat, if you will. And then same to the other side. Out, in, in. Okay, so again, the legs go out, in, in, in. Now, the arms are going to go like this. Let me just show you the arms. Right here. We're going to think about punching the ceiling like this. Imagine you're punching a hole in the ceiling. So we're bringing our arms up like so. And just make sure your hands are in fists so you can really facilitate that kind of punching motion. Okay, if you've got shoulder issues and you can't punch up, that's okay. You can punch forward if you like. Okay, or you can go sideways, whichever feels nicer for you, but it's probably easier to punch forward. So here's what we're gonna do. Bring the arms and legs in together. We're gonna side step, so we're gonna go punch together, punch together. See how the arms and legs move together? They open and close together. So when my leg steps out, I'm punching down and punch down. Side step together, side step together, side step together, side step together. So every time we move, the arms and legs move together. I side step and punch at the same time, and I come in. Side step and punch, and I come in. Side step and punch, in. Side step and punch, in. Got it? Looking good, everyone. Really want to think about punching a hole in the ceiling. Okay, I'm grabbing my timer. We've got 2 minutes. Are we ready? We go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Punch together. Punch together. Punch together. Punch together. Nicely done. Really imagine you're punching a hole through the ceiling and you're kind of pivoting from corner to corner in your seat. Ooh, my chair just cracked. That does not sound good. Keep going. Punching and sidestepping. Good, nicely done, everyone. Punching and sidestepping. Really think about making those fists. Remember, if I'm doing anything too fast, feel free to slow it down. But equally, if you want a bit more of a challenge, you're more than welcome to speed it up a little bit, but you're still making sure that the movement is nice and effortful. So I'd rather you go slower, but really think about punching a hole in that ceiling than to go super fast, but then move like this. We don't want this kind of crab walk. We want this big movement, exaggerated, filling up as much space as you can. You got 40 seconds left. Woo! Almost there. Keep going if you can. Remember, if you need a break, that's okay. Take a break and get right back into it if you can. 30 seconds. Almost there. Big punches. Side step with punch. Punch. And punch. 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 15. Almost there. Keep breathing. Nice and tall. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Whew, nicely done, everybody. Shake out those arms. Maybe move those shoulders around if they're getting a little sore. Okay, your 2 exercises down. We have 3 left to do. Our next one, we're going to start with the arms across the chest like so. And you're going to imagine you're a presenter, you're performing on a stage. And there's some heavy curtains in front of you. And you're going to open those curtains and go, ta-da, this is my show. And so you're going to do this. Almost like you're throwing back those curtains and presenting yourself to the world. Nicely done. So again, we cross, we go. You're going opening of the arms, you're flicking the heavy curtains open to start your show. Okay, that's what we're doing with the arms. Now the legs, we're gonna go like this. Heel dig, heel dig. So from the side, heel dig, heel dig. Okay, so I'm digging that heel into the floor, so I'm not lifting it, but I'm kind of I'm going downwards into the floor, downwards into the floor. And so put together, the movement looks like this. I'm digging the heels down, but I'm throwing those arms open like a heavy curtain. So I am not, this is very different to doing this. Can you see how this movement is not quite the same? We want that sharp, we want the sharp, effort, crisp type of movement. That's what we're looking for. Really think about that show-stopping entrance. Okay, I'm gonna start the timer. We got 2 minutes. Are we ready? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Dig, dig, really throw those arms open. Like you're opening a heavy set of curtains in front of you to present yourself onto the stage so you can go, ta-da! This is my show. Nicely done. Keep going. Really throw those arms open. Chest forward. You're presenting yourself. Digging the heels down into the floor. Nice and tall. Almost like every single time you go, ta-da, your chest is open. And you're really throwing those arms down. Nicely done. Keep going. And dig. And dig. Dig. Really throw those arms open. Your fingers are wide open. You got 1 minute left. 60 seconds. You're almost there. Nicely done. Yes, very good. Keep going. Well done, everybody. Oh my goodness. Keep going. Throw open those heavy sets of curtains. Very good. Keep going. 40 seconds left. Keep breathing. Sitting nice and tall. Digging the heels down. Throwing those arms back and open. 30 seconds. Keep going. Nicely done. You've got 20 seconds left. Throw those arms back. Chest open. Last 15. Nicely done. Keep going. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Well done. Well done. Okay. We've got 2 exercises left. I'm just gonna let somebody in. I see them waiting in the waiting room. Whoops. Okay. All right. Our 4th exercise, we're gonna be doing some punches and kicks. So it looks like this. We're gonna do 10 punches forward, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to kick forward. Our other leg is going to kick side. And then we're going to do that again on the other side. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our other leg is going to kick forward, then to the side. So see how I'm alternating my legs? I'm kicking forward and side. And then the next time I use the other leg to go forward and the other leg to go side. So we're going 10 punches, followed by forward and side. And then another 10 punches, followed by forward and side kick on the other side. Hopefully that makes sense. I see some blank faces. Okay, so 10 punches, then we kick forward and side. And then we repeat on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna get my timer out. We got 2 minutes. Are you ready? Here we go. We go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We kick forward. We kick side. Don't be afraid to lean. Again, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other leg, kick forward and side. Don't be afraid to lean in your chairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We kick forward and side. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forward and side. Keep going in your
own time. You can speed this up if you like, or if this is too much, you can slow it down as well. But I really want to see the pizzazz in your punches and in your kicks, nice and effortful. You've got 60 seconds. Nicely done. Kick and kick. 10 punches. And kick and kick. Don't be afraid to lean in your chairs. You've got 40 seconds. I'm talking a little too much, and now I'm not counting my punches properly, so I might be doing more or a little less. So don't use that as an example. You want to count your own punches. Kick and kick, 20 seconds. Nicely done. Good, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Whew, nicely done. And you thought it was going to be an easy class because it was seated. Okay, our last exercise of the circuit, before we do everything again for the second and final time, our last exercise, we're going to clasp our hands together like so, like this. Clasping my hands together. And I'm going to imagine I've got a giant paintbrush at the ends of my fists. And I'm straightening my arms. I'm imagining that canvas in front of me again. And I'm drawing a big figure of 8. Drawing a big figure of 8. You can either have the figure of 8 sideways, so it's sort of like an infinity sign, or you can have it directly up and down, whichever works for you, but you're drawing as big of a figure 8 as you can, nice and big, get your trunk involved. Okay, now as you're doing that, we're of course going to add the legs. So the legs are gonna go like this, straightening of the knee, and down, other side, straightening of the knee, and down. That's it. So you're showing me the bottom of your foot as you're doing this movement. So this is different to the digs that we did earlier, right? Because the heel digs imply that the foot is on the floor, but I actually want the foot up this time. So you want to show me the bottom of your foot, showing me the bottom of your shoe like that, okay? And the movement goes like this. I'm straightening the leg and I'm drawing a big figure of 8, and I lower it down. And I do the same thing on the other side. Straighten, big figure of 8, and back down. So every single time I draw a figure of 8, my leg is coming up and I'm alternating. Okay, that's it. That's your final exercise. When we're done this round, we're going to do all 5 exercises again from the beginning, and then you're done. So you're almost there. Okay, grabbing my timer. Are we ready? We go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Big figure of 8, as big as you can. Imagine that canvas in front of you. And you're really trying to draw as big of a figure of 8 as possible. Imagine that paintbrush in your hand. You're going as big as you can. You're trying to keep your elbows relatively straight if you can. So we're not doing this. I'm exaggerating, but we're not doing this, right? We're doing this. This is very different to this. Okay, keep going. As big as you can, even bigger than you think. Bigger than your shoulder width for sure. You want someone behind you to also see what you're drawing. That's how big that figure of 8 should be. And don't forget about the leg. You're showing me the bottom of your foot. You've got 60 seconds left. Whew. Keep going as big as you can. The person behind you should also be able to see that giant figure of 8 that you're drawing. So if they're behind you and they can't see it, you need to make it bigger. Big. As big as you can. 30 seconds. Almost there. Keep going, breathe. Hopefully you're still sitting up nice and tall, showing me the bottom of your foot as you're drawing this big figure of 8. 15 seconds. Almost there. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Whew, you can shake out those arms, shake out those legs. Oh my goodness. Okay. Those are your 5 exercises. Well done. We've got one more round. We're doing all 5 exercises one more time, and then you're done. And because it's 2 minutes each exercise, 5 minutes, or sorry, 5 exercises, 2 minutes each, you've got 10 minutes of hard work, and that's it. You're almost done. You're almost done. Okay. The first exercise we did was our windmill, and this is the one we had 2 versions. The first one, we had our legs nice and wide, and we had the arms down to one side, and you're imagining that you dip your fingers into paint, and you're painting that gigantic rainbow. Do you remember? So bring our arms down, and we're going up and over, and that's the first version with your arm, not your arm, sorry, your legs nice and wide. The second version, your legs move with the arms, and it looks like this. Up and over, up and over. So either version works, but the main point of this exercise is we're moving as big as we can. And you're using your breastbone to lead the movement. So it's not just the arms doing this. We want the breastbone to go up and over as you're moving the arms as well. Okay, 2 minutes, and this is the last time you'll ever do this exercise again. Are we ready? Here we go. We go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Up and over. Make sure you really spread the fingers nice and wide, like you're painting a gigantic rainbow in front of you. And you want the fingertips to be where the paint is, where you're starting to paint from. So you want it to be at your fingertips, not your palm, but your fingertips. You're really widening the palm, the hand, the fingers are splayed right open. And the version that I'm doing right now is version number 1. But of course, you're more than welcome to add the moving legs. If you want a bit more challenge, you're more than welcome to add the legs like what I'm doing now. But of course, you're more than welcome to just keep the legs on the spot. Big arch, up and over. Think about your breastbone leading with that movement, up and over. 60 seconds left. Very good, everyone. Keep going. Your breastbone is leading that movement, not just the arms. 50 seconds. Keep breathing. Remember, if you need a break, that's okay. Take a break and get right back in if you can. Doing good. Well done, everyone. 40 seconds. 35 seconds. I did say the second round always feels like it's much longer for some reason. Keep going. You got less than 30. Up and over. Think about those palms wide open, fingers splayed. You want the movement to come from your breastbone, but you're reaching as far, as wide as you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Oh my goodness. Well done, everybody. Whew. You've got 4 exercises left, and then you're done. Okay. Our next one was the one where we were punching the ceiling. Do you remember this one? We started on the corner, like so, and our arms were here. We sidestepped as we punched the ceiling, like this. Punch, punch, and then we do the other side. Punch, punch. And if you can't punch upwards, that's okay. See if you can punch forward, like so. So you're still punching, even if you can't lift your arms up. But if you can, do the full version of punching up, to the ceiling as you're side stepping. Okay, are we ready? We're gonna do 2 minutes, grabbing my clock here. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Punch, together, punch, together, punch, together, punch, together. Nicely done. Or you can punch forward. It doesn't have to be up. It's up to you, but I really want to see that effort. We're not reaching, we're punching. Punching, very different to reaching. You're punching. There needs to be that sharp, crisp effort. Otherwise, we're just reaching. This is different to a reach. We're punching, punching, punching. Nicely done. Keep going, thinking about that punch being the emphasis. If you go forward, that's okay too. But we're not reaching, right? We're punching, punch, punch. Very different to a reach. Good, nicely done. Punch, punch, punch. 60 seconds left. You're almost there. Almost there. Nicely done. 50 seconds. 45. Punch and punch and punch. Punch. 40 seconds. 30 seconds left. Nicely done, everyone. Keep going. 15 seconds. Almost there. Almost there. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nicely done, everybody. Well done. Okay. Now we have 3 exercises left. Our next one, we're going to start by folding the arms into our chest like so. And this is the one where we're throwing our arms back. Do you remember that? We're throwing the arms back as if we're opening the curtains on stage and presenting ourselves in a performance. And as we're throwing the arms back, we're digging that heel down into the floor and in. Other side. Dig and in and dig and in and dig and in and dig and in. Okay, I think we remember this one. Are we ready? We have 2 minutes on the clock. Here we go. We go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Dig in and dig in. Really think about throwing those arms back like you're opening some heavy curtains and you're going, ta-da, this is me. Throwing the arms back, digging that heel down into the floor. Press the heel down into the floor. Nicely done. Dig, dig, throw the arms back, throw the arms back. Good, nicely done. Keep going. Imagine that heavy curtain. You're throwing that curtain back, presenting yourself forward, chest open. Good, nicely done. Keep going. Really think about throwing the arms back. We're not just opening the arms, we're throwing them back, throwing them back, throwing them back. 60 seconds. Remember, if you need a break, that's okay. Take a break and get right back in if you can. Throw those arms back. Chest open. Throw the arms back. Chest open. 50 seconds. Nicely done. 45 seconds left. The second round always feels so slow. These 2 minutes feel like they're an hour each. 30 seconds left. Keep going. Big throw. Throw. Dig the heel down into the floor. 25 seconds left. Last 20. Keep going. Keep breathing. Sitting tall. Throw the arms back. Keep the heel digging. Make sure you're moving the legs at the same time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake out those arms, shake out those legs. Well done, everybody. My goodness. Whew. Okay, you have 2 exercises left, and then we're done. Okay, our next one was our 10 punches forward like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we go kick forward, kick side. So don't forget to lean if you can. Don't be afraid to lean when you're kicking. And then we do it again on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We kick forward, kick side. And then we keep going for 2 minutes. Or you can take a break if you need, but get right back in if you can, because we're also working on endurance. Are you ready? We go in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. We go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick, kick. And again, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick, kick. Again, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick, kick. Again, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick and kick. Good. Keep going in your own time. Remember, we're punching, right? Not the same as reaching. We're punching, punching, punch, punch. Doing 10, followed by a kick forward and a kick side. Keep breathing as you're doing this. Don't forget you can lean in your chairs when you're doing your kicks. 60 seconds. Make sure when you're punching, you're actually thinking about reaching in front of you as far as you can. Maybe I shouldn't use the word reach because a punch is not the same as a reach, but I want you to really extend your fist. So we're not punching here. So from the side, we're not punching here. We're punching here. Good. Nicely done, everybody. 30 seconds. Nicely done. Almost there. 20 seconds left. If you took a break, that's okay. Get right back in if you can. Remember, it does not have to be the same speed I'm doing. You're more than welcome to slow it down if you need. 3, 2, 1. And well done. Shake out those arms. Shake out those legs. Okay, are we sweating yet? Hopefully. So we now have 1 exercise left and then you're done. Last one, last 2 minutes of hard work and we are all done. So this is the one where we clasp our hands together and we're thinking about drawing that big figure of 8. You remember this one? So imagine that big canvas in front of you and you got a paintbrush in your hands and you're drawing a big figure of 8 and you're straightening your leg. You're showing me the bottom of your foot as you're drawing the figure of 8 and then you switch to the other leg. You're lifting the legs up like so. So from the side, you're straightening the leg. So not down here, up here. Okay, I think we remember this one. 2 minutes on the clock, last 2 minutes. Are we ready? We go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Big figure of 8. Big figure of 8. Make sure you're straightening your leg. You're showing me the bottom of your foot as you're drawing this big figure of 8. Last 2 minutes of hard work. You can do it. We're almost there. Almost there. Keep going. Drawing a big figure of 8. Imagine that big canvas in front of you. Imagine that canvas. You're drawing as big of a figure of 8 as possible. And remember, if you need to slow it down, that's okay. Feel free to slow it down. It does not have to be the same speed I'm doing. But you're really thinking about moving as big as you can. Fill up as much space as you can. Nicely done. Keep going. Try to keep those elbows as straight as you can. If possible, really think about swinging the arms. You're drawing as big of a figure of 8 as possible. 1 minute. That's it. 1 minute left, and then you're all done. You can do it. Keep going. See if you can challenge yourself to keep going for this 1 minute. You got 50 seconds. That's it. You can do this. See if you can continue for 50 seconds. 45. Last 40 seconds. Keep going if you can. Dig deep. Keep going if you can. You're almost there. This is the last 35 seconds and you're done. You're almost there. Last 30. Keep going. Swing those arms. Big figure of 8. Show me the bottom of your foot. Keep going. You've got 20. That's it. 20 seconds. Keep going. Breathe. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. You're almost there. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Whew, well done, everybody. Oh my goodness. You're all done. We're going to clasp the hands together again. Breathe. Breath in, reach the arms up to the ceiling. And circle the arms all the way down. Again, breath in. And out. One more breath in. And out. We're going to float those arms up into a T. And we're going to bend down into a side stretch, nice and gentle. Nicely done, everybody. Coming back up. And drop the arms for a second. We're floating them back up. Same to the other side. Big stretch over. You should feel it on the side of your torso. Coming back up. And drop the arms. We're going to do a rotation stretch. You're going to take your hand, grab hold of the opposite knee. Then the other hand is going to wrap around the back of the chair. Using your arms, you're going to pull yourself around into a rotation stretch, but you're thinking up and around. So you're thinking about your trunk like a corkscrew. You're going up to the ceiling and then rotating around. And release. Same to the other side. Take your hand, grab hold of the opposite knee. Other hands wrapping around the back of the chair, sitting tall, and we're going to rotate around. Imagine your spine like a corkscrew. Nicely done, everybody. And release. I'm going to turn sideways for a second. This is the one exercise we're going to slouch, as I mentioned in the beginning. You're going to sit back in your seat. You're going to lean and relax into your seat. Then you're going to take your arms, you're going to bring them up behind your head, and you're going to point those elbows out to the side. So not forward, we're pointing the elbows out to the side. And you're going to lean up and over the back of the chair. Just be careful not to go too far and fall off the chair. But we're going up and over the chair so you can feel a stretch in your upper back and your chest. And release. Let's do that one more time. Hands up behind the head, elbows pointing out to the side, up and over the back of the seat. Breathing. And coming back up. I'm sweating buckets. I hope you guys are too. We're going to stretch the back of our leg. We're going to straighten one leg out in front of us like so. And then we're going to keep our trunk nice and tall. We're going to hinge at the hips. And we're going to bring the arms down. So walking the hands down the leg, but trying to keep the spine nice and straight if you can. And you're hinging forward over the leg. And you should feel a stretch in the back of the thigh there. If you can't quite straighten your leg, you might need to shuffle forward in your chair. Because if you're sitting too far back in your chair, you're not going to be able to straighten that knee very much. So just make sure you're kind of more perched on the fronts of your chairs. And coming back up, same to the other side, straightening the leg nice and tall through the spine, hinging at the hips, but keeping your spine long if you can. And trying to walk your fingers down the leg so you can feel a stretch at the back of the thigh. Make sure you're breathing as you're stretching. Nicely done. Coming back up, I'm going to face you again. Last one. we're going to try to stretch the fronts of our thighs while we're sitting, which is a little difficult, but we're going to try. So we're going to go sideways a little bit on a corner. And that front leg, we're going to slide back as far as we can, such that that front kneecap is pointing towards the floor. We're still sitting, but our front kneecap is pointing down as much as we can. And then we're going to lean back into our chairs, and you should feel a stretch through the front of the hip. And you want to lean back. So really straighten the front of the thigh. You're really pointing that kneecap towards the floor. Holding it here, you should feel at the front of the thigh. Holding it here. And coming back up. Let's do the same on the other side. We're going on a diagonal. Bring that front leg back. So you want to point that front knee down towards the floor as much as possible, and then lean back into your seat. And try to think about keeping that front knee pointing down to the floor. And you should feel that stretch at the front of the thigh there. Holding it here. And sitting back up. And you are done. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to come forward now to the screen. Thank you for joining us for week 3 of the seated exercise series. I hope that was lots of fun, even though it was hard work. And I hope to see you again next week, which is our 4th and final session. So remember, even though we're sitting, we can absolutely still do high intensity exercises. So well done for being here and sticking with me. All right. Thanks, everyone.